Hello and welcome to my second video of today, and today I'm going to finish up my 6-part mini tutorial on the art of buying and selling. And I think whereas the first 5 parts are kind of led up towards the techniques and strategies that you can implement, in the final part I wanted to talk a bit about something that I think a lot of YouTubers make a complete and utter hash of it. I've watched many videos from all around the world, so the UK, the States, Australia, etc, etc, and they all seem to have a general idea in their head of what works, and I don't think what they put out is correct. If anything, I think some of it's slightly dangerous. I think some of it sits on the fence. So I'm going to put my own video out on this topic, which is how should you build a stack. So, and it is important if you take the advice from the 5 previous episodes, it leads up to this and how you can do it. So episode 6 is building a stack, or building a core stack. Core stack. Now, I always, when I'm watching other videos, they're like, well, you should do this and you should do that. And firstly, the first thing I'm going to say is you shouldn't have a stack if you don't have money saved up. So number 1 is you should have at least 3 months minimum. I'd say 6 months at a push of funds for a rainy day. Should just write rainy day funds. Rainy day. This is where it gets a bit complex because everyone's different and it all depends on your individual timeframes or what you wish to do concerning your stack. So some people will be in it for maybe a short run, so 1 to 3 years. So you got short run, which is 1 to 3 years. Some people are in it for the medium run, which in my mind is probably looking at 4 to 7. And some people are in it for the long run, which would be 7+ years. Now, this isn't going to work for everyone. So, whereas a lot of people from the videos that I've watched have sat on the fence and say, well, you need to have X or you need to have Y. What you need to do is you need to understand the individual properties of what you're buying and the selling techniques that you can use to get the best out of what you are doing. So, if you've got a short run stack, you shouldn't be, by my mind anyway, you shouldn't be buying coins that are directly linked to spot if you're going to liquidate it very quickly. So this section here should be for people who are buying your basic bullion, and this goes against conventional wisdom. Most people suggest that you should start off with, so let's get these out. You should start off with coins like these, and you should build it up year on year. And that's true, but you want your basic bullion to be your long-term stack. For the short run, ideally, you shouldn't be implementing a buy and hold strategy. You should be sniping. So if anyone's gone back to video 5, it will talk about coins such as this. You want to get your semi-numi coins and you want them under the threshold so you can make a margin. So you want to pay, I don't know, going rate minus 20%. 20%. So you want to be buying them in bulk, and you want to become more like a sniper rather than someone who builds these. That goes against the grain. That is completely counterintuitive to everything that you hear. But if you're really in it for the short term, you want to be a trader. You're not in it to build a stack. So be very careful when you look at your stack and you consider your time frames. If it is in the short run, you want to be a sniper. trader. There's some very, very successful people that do this, and this is how I got into it. Now, in the medium run, you do want to be buying these coins, this type of coin. So you want your bullion, like I said here, and you want to buy month in, month out, and you want to ping it off. So do you remember in video 5 where I said it's like this? This is spot. You want to be buying every month, so this is time. Every month you want to be buying, and then you will have it like this. So there's going to be occasions where you're in profit, and there's going to be occasions where you're in loss, and you want to ping it off. So you want to sell here, you want to buy here, and by doing that you're going to have a rolling average. But overall you're going to have a bigger stack by doing it. So don't worry about being in profit or loss, worry about the overall metal content that is in your stack. Now in the long run, this is where we work in market cycles. So wait, let me get a new page. Now a market cycle consists of everything. So you've got cash, commodities, shares, bonds. So typically, and then you've got, so these are asset classes, and then you've got outside, this is what's in your control. Outside your control, you've got interest rates. Now, we're in a very unprecedented time in the sense that interest rates can't go up. So in the past they would put them up, but if the major banks such as the UK bank, the USA, Japan, they put the rates up, they go bankrupt. Can't do it. What this means is you need to rely on the cycle of these. So all of these will fluctuate like this. I'm not going to go more into it now because it's kind of like an elementary tutorial that I'm doing. So you'll have times where holding cash is good. You'll have times where holding cash is bad. At the moment, holding cash is bad. You shouldn't do it because you've got inflation, and inflation's here as well. So you've got inflation that far exceeds any interest you are going to earn on cash, which leaves you with commodities. Now, silver is a commodity. A commodity is an item such as cocoa or oil or silver, etc. And all these will go in cycles also. And it tends to be that when there's market crashes, there will be a rise in gold and silver. Same with shares. Shares go in cycles and also bonds go in cycles. You don't want to be touching these two. So let me get my ruined red pen. Now, with the cycle, in the medium term, you want to be pinging it. So you do this, like I said earlier, so you're in profit, you're in loss. So you buy, you sell. It's going to come to a stage where it does this. So, and then you often see it does that. This is where you sell all your bullion. Here. It doesn't matter if you're at the top or you're at the bottom. You want to be around this part here. So, and then you start again. Because there are cycles, essentially you'll get out silver and you want to be moving into either shares or property or bonds if they're attractive at the time, or potentially cash if you want some firepower left on the side. In the long run, you're aiming for this. That's what you want, and that's why you build your core stack of these. You do it month in, month out. You rely on building the core via profits. Now, for the long run, this is mainly what you want. You want a strategy where you are buying and selling these. You're going to be adding coins such as these. So these are new semi-numis. It should all feed into your stack and you have a core holding. Now, I hear many videos say, oh, your core holding should be X, your core holding should be Y, but in reality, your core holding should be what your level of understanding is. So if you are a master of this market, you should be 100% gold and silver. It also depends on your contact base. So if you are a master, you will have a contact based, you have a web of connections, you will understand what works and you'll be able to sell it. You know where you're going to sell it. If you're not a master, say you're a beginner, you want a small amount, maybe 10, 20, 30% of your wealth. The more you understand about the market, the more you go up. So I'll be honest, so before I was a trader, before I was a dealer, when this was just my hobby and I was going to get a job in the city, my first year of just flipping stuff, I think I did 80 to 85% profit. Now, why would I be investing in cash? I will lose money on cash. I'm going to pretty much get peanuts on bonds because there's no upside to it and you're only getting a fixed income. Commodities, I've got the downside risk outside of silver, of gold and silver. So by commodities, I mean your ETFs and their ilk. You can get more complex stuff such as options, etc. And with the shares, you've got maybe an upside of statistically, you're not going to be doubling your money, etc., etc. And you're only going to get a divvy of maybe 3 to 7%. So why would I have my money in any of these when I can make more money doing that? So your core stack will depend on your mastery of not only strategy but also your skill set as a trader or as a flipper, because not everyone wants to be a dealer. The further you go down the skill level, the less you want to hold, because the more downside of risk you have. So for example, if you're buying in these and you're not pinging it off on the cycle, say you don't do this, you're not going to benefit from compounding and you're going to be stuck in a position where you're underwater. Most people who are not sophisticated investor will be underwater and sell and they make a loss. I've seen it so many times. I've seen a lot of people enter the market. They've got time frames of 1 to 3 years and they think they're going to make a ton of money. They don't. They leave. They get burnt. They leave. And it always saddens me because they've just got their strategy wrong. The ideas are right. The reason you're building a stack is because you fundamentally believe that currency is flawed. And it is. Ever since we've come off the standard, it's been inherently flawed. And you can know that by simply looking at house prices, stock markets, etc., etc. It's all gone up. And the reason it's gone up is because the value of money's gone down. And the people with money are chasing assets that provide income. So I'm going to repeat what I said. I'm not going to give you what you should be doing and what you should be buying, but I can give you strategies that will help you. Now let's turn back over. If you're in it for the short haul and you want to turn a quick buck or a quick pound, then you want to be a sniper and you don't particularly want to be buying this type of coin unless you can buy for under spot or you're picking up bargains. And that way you're flipping it, you're making a quick percentage. That's okay. You know, if you can also do well on the semi-numi coins on the new ones over this time frame. So for example, I will buy stuff in. This is a very good example. I can buy these in. I bought these in for 31, and I sold for some of them for 38. That's a good margin. You take away cost. You're talking £5 a coin. So it's a good margin. It's more you're going to make elsewhere. But in the medium run, you want to be doing this, and you want to be building, and you want to be building for the long run. Now, the long run may come sooner than you think. If there's a massive crash, then it will make a lot of money. By the time you get to the long run, you want to be majority in this, because when spot does this, I just realised you can't see that. When spot price goes up like this, your bullion coins will do this. However, there's a price differential between, say this is bullion and say this is semi-numi. These coins will go like this. These coins will lag behind, so it'll be slower to move your semi-numi coins than it will to this. So yeah, I'm going to repeat what I said. Your stack should be as good as your mastery of the topic of gold and silver, and also your mastery in strategies of selling. If you can crack that, you're going to do very well, and you will do well in any market, because you will turn from being a passive investor to an active hustler, and you will make money. In the long run, you're looking at, so short run, say this is time. Time, short run, medium run, long run. You want to be compounding here. You want to be sniping. That's what you want to do. In the medium run, you want to get to a stage where you're, and in the long run, you're expecting the big returns. That's where you want to be. Say this is 0%. Some people sadly are gonna say this is 100%. Say this is minus 20%. Some people will take the hit. They get burnt. They won't come back. In the long run, you want to be beating 7% a year. 7% a year means in 7 years you're going to double your money. That's where you want to be. If you can double your money in 7 years, you've done very well. If you do snipe in the short run, and that is your mentality, you're going to beat 7% easy. I proved it myself. It's not difficult. But the more money you start with, so say you start with 10k, you can make 10k in a year buying and selling coins on 10k. It'll be tough, but you can do it. You can double that. If you have 100k, that's another matter. You know, that's business territory. You're not going to make that due to taxes, etc. So, rule number one. Much as your understanding. Rule number two. Know your time frame. Rule number three. Know who you want to sell to. This one's important because if you don't know who you're going to sell to, it doesn't matter if you put the right things in place. If you're just going to rock up to a dealer with a ton of swans, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to take you to the cleaners. You want to be in peer-to-peer or eBay or forums. You want to be dealing with other individuals who will have to pay more if they had to go to the gatekeepers, which are the online dealers. That's where you need to position yourself. So if you simply want to sell to a dealer, the short run is not for you. It really isn't. You need to focus on the medium run and the long run, preferably the long run. So if you've got no contacts, this is where you need to position yourself. Lots of contacts will be here. That's where you want to be. So I know it's been a bit jumbled today. It's kind of hard to get it down on the page, but I wanted to give you my take on it. I don't believe a lot of the rubbish that's coming out on YouTube. I do think it's rubbish. I think it's simply opinions. This isn't my opinion. This is the correct strategy that you should follow. And unfortunately, some people are going to make money and some people are not. Some people will be in the minus 20%. Some people will be up here. So I was around here as a hobbyist. So and then you have everyone in between. There's going to be people who are better than me, and they're going to be up here. They're going to make 100, 200, but it all depends on where you start from. So if you start on 1K, you get lucky, and chances are you can make 300%. You know, it's doable. There's certainly people who can do it if they can source something very quickly. So yes, buy as much as you're understanding, know your time frame, and adapt your strategies accordingly, and know who you want to sell to. If you follow these 3 rules, you will work out what is the appropriate amount of gold and silver that should be in your overall investment portfolio. For me, I'm 100% metal at the moment. I do it because I make good money doing it. I'm good at what I do. For other people, 10% will be appropriate. For other people, 20%. For other people, it'd be 5%. You know, everyone is different. So yeah, I hope you understand. Please comment, please subscribe, please share with your friends. So yeah, take care, guys.